The latest trumpets primary loss of Rep. Joe Crowley file. In this May 26, 2016, file photo, U.S. Rep. Kevin Cramer, RND, speaks in Bismarck, ND. President Donald Trump's stepped-up campaign tour the week of June 25, 2018, is taking him to North Dakota to help Cramer, a Republican candidate who reluctantly entered the high-stakes Senate race and then questioned the support he has received from the White House. Cramer made it clear he was less than happy with Trump's friendly treatment of his opponent, Democratic Sen. Heidi Heitkamp. AP photo, Charles Rexar Bogost, file, Fargo, ND. AP, the latest on President Donald Trump's visit to North Dakota, all times local, 8:30 p.m. President Donald Trump is trumpeting the primary loss of Democratic Rep. Joe Crowley of New York to a political newcomer. But he says he's happy that House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi and Democratic Rep. Maxine Waters of California will remain the faces of the Democratic Party. Trump tells a rally crowd in Fargo, North Dakota, on Wednesday that one of his biggest critics, a slovenly man, Joe Crowley, got his ass kicked by a young woman who had a lot of energy. Crowley's loss was a shocking defeat. He'd been expected to be in the consideration for next speaker if Democrats retook the House in the November midterms. Trump says he wants to keep Nancy Pelosi right where she is with Maxine Waters as the face and mouthpiece of the Democratic Party. ____8:20 p.m. President Donald Trump is lashing out at critics who have made threats against Homeland Security Department workers and called for the abolition of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Trump is telling rallygoers in Fargo, North Dakota, that those who have made threats and posted employees' personal information are radical Democrat protesters who want anarchy. Trump is in Fargo to campaign for Republican Senate hopeful Kevin Cramer, who is hoping to unseat Democrat Heidi Heitkamp. Trump also warned that if ICE were eliminated, the country would be overrun with the worst criminal elements you have ever seen. Homeland Security officials have suggested employees lock doors and windows and remove badges when in public as the department faces heavy criticism over the separation of children from their parents at the border. ____8:15 p.m. President Donald Trump says Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy's retirement makes control of the Senate one of the vital issues of our time. And he says the court's decision this week in favor of his travel ban underscores its importance. Trump is reacting to the news and discussing the process of picking a replacement at a rally in Fargo, North Dakota, on Wednesday for Republican Senate candidate Kevin Cramer. He is trying to unseat Democratic Sen. Heidi Heitkamp. He says so many things go into the making of a great Supreme Court justice. He says, we have to pick a great one, who will serve for 40 or 45 years. Trump is also predicting that Democrats will do worse than expected in the upcoming midterm elections, ____7:40 p.m. President Donald Trump is offering a hearty endorsement to Congressman Kevin Cramer, the man he says will be the next United States Senator from the great state of North Dakota. He's also criticizing vulnerable Democrat Heidi Heitkamp, calling her a liberal Democrat. Trump told a rally crowd in Fargo on Wednesday that Cramer loves the state and its people. He noted that Heitkamp voted against repealing President Barack Obama's healthcare law and the Republican tax plan and claims she'll also oppose his Supreme Court justice pick. Cramer thanked Trump for not forgetting us, and said he'll always be with them and with you. MyPillow founder and Trump friend Mike Lindell was also at the rally. The president says he's actually used the product, believe it or not, ____6:25 p.m. President Donald Trump has arrived in North Dakota to campaign for Republican U.S. Senate candidate Kevin Cramer. Trump tweeted before Wednesday's flight to Fargo that he was en route to fully stand with and endorse Cramer. Cramer serves in the U.S. House and Trump says he's an extraordinary congressman. Trump adds that Cramer is tough on crime, strong on borders, loves our military, and our vets. Cramer is challenging Sen. Heidi Heitkamp, one of the most vulnerable Democrats seeking re-election. Trump won North Dakota by a large margin in 2016. Heitkamp joined Democrats in voting against tax cuts Trump enacted last year. She also voted against some of his cabinet nominees. Cramer was an early Trump supporter and remains one of the president's staunchest allies in Congress. ___4:25 p.m. Leaders of farm groups and food banks are using President Donald Trump's visit to North Dakota to protest about trade, ethanol production, nutrition programs, and farm bill negotiations. Dozens of farmers drove tractors and other farm equipment to the rally in West Fargo on Wednesday, just hours before Trump was scheduled to speak at a nearby hockey arena in Fargo. North Dakota Farmers Union President Mark Watney says his group didn't want to get in the way of the president's rally but wanted people to know that Trump's actions are hurting demand for farm products. Randy Richards is a farmer in Hope, North Dakota. He said most of his neighbors voted for Trump but are not getting what they thought from the president. ___1 a.m. President Donald Trump's stepped-up campaign tour this week is taking him to North Dakota to help a Republican candidate who reluctantly entered a high-stakes Senate race and then questioned the support he has received from the White House. Representative Kevin Cramer made it clear he was less than happy with Trump's friendly treatment of Democratic Sen. Heidi Heitkamp. Cramer recently called White House Chief of Staff John Kelly asking for the campaign to take a new approach. Cramer says the hubbub was more about the White House than me, but some Republicans believe it's time for Trump to take on Heitkamp. Heitkamp says she's curious how Trump will portray her record, which she says has favored many issues the president cares about, like environmental and banking regulations. Copyright 2018 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, written or redistributed.